What's up YouTube? Welcome to the review of the Dewalt cordless mixer. So the question you may be wondering is, should you buy this mixer? Short answer, definitely. It is a fantastic machine. But is it right for everybody? Well, what are some of the pros, what are some of the cons? So by far and away, the biggest con with this mixer, and possibly why you're trying to convince yourself maybe to buy it or not, is the price. In the United Kingdom, I think these go from somewhere between £600 to £700, depending on where you are shopping. For a paddle mixer, that is a lot of money. Especially when you think that a leaded mega mixer, which is considered one of the best mixers around, they go for something like £450. So why would you pay another £200 plus just for the fact there's no lead? And the reality is that is the reason why you would want to buy this mixer, because you do not need a lead. You do not need a power supply. The batteries in our particular one, it has two 9 amp hour batteries. That's what came with the package. They will last easily the day. If you're just knocking up plaster, one battery will last 2 or 3 days quite comfortably, depending on how many mixes you're doing and how many bags at a time. Now we found that with our mixer, as you can see, it is well and truly battered. We paid for it ourselves, and without a doubt it is the best purchase we've probably made in the last 5 to 10 years. With this mixer, it probably does, we've had it about 2 years, and it probably does about 13 to 15 bags of plaster to a battery. So if you're doing maybe domestic, which is often what we plaster in people's houses, 5 to 6 bags a day is usually fairly standard. Usually by the third day we're changing the battery over. But even if maybe you're on site, or possibly you're knocking up something a bit heavier like bonding or dab adhesive, maybe sand and cement, which this mixer copes with absolutely fine, by the time you've drained one battery and you've put the other one on charge, it only takes something like an hour and a half to 2 hours to fully charge again, and you've got your 2 batteries back again. To this day, we have still yet to run both flat by the end of the day and have no mixer. Just to give you an idea of how good this mixer actually is, well, our backup mixer is actually the Festool 1800 one, of which, since we bought this mixer, we have yet to use again. It is still stuck at home in my garage, not being used, but it's a testament just to how good this mixer is. Typically we'll knock up between 1.5 to 2 bags, usually on a first lay down, and then 1 to 1.5 on the top coat. But we've knocked up as much as 5 bags of plaster in a very large tub at one time, and there's been no issues. We also regularly have used this to knock up sand and cement where there is no power. Again, no problems whatsoever. Also, again, testament to this Dewalt mixer as well, this one actually spins up faster than My Festool One. The actual rotation on this one at maximum speed is quicker than My Festool One, and it's battery powered, as is impressive about it. But what about the price, the £650? Is it worth it? Well, in our opinion, absolutely. Like I said before, it's probably the best thing that we've bought in an awful long time, and in reality for plasterers, which is what we do all the time, it's worth every penny. Now you will notice that on this paddle, you probably can't see in the picture, in this mixer, that we're using a Raffiner paddle, but I think the diameter of it is the same as what it comes with the Dewalt one. It just so happens that on the Festool one we were using a Raffiner paddle, so we just switched it out. But you'll also notice as well, for us, I'm 6'2", and it does sit a little bit low for me. So we, again, because we're used to the Festool mixer, we had the Raffiner attachment put to it, so we can quickly release the paddle so they come apart. I'm not entirely sure how much those 2 parts together cost, but we would say that it's worth every penny to purchase those. A couple of reasons. One, it gives you the extra height. It's something like another 100mm, 10 centimeters or 4 inches that you'll get on the length of the mixer. and also makes it significantly easy to transport to store and to put away and to clean the panel as well. So all in all, do we think it's worth it? Absolutely. It really boils down to, can you justify £650 or whatever it is? I think that's what we paid. Well, we use it every day. You can clearly see we don't really look after it that much. It's absolutely caped. But the reality is, if it broke tomorrow or it was stolen, would I buy another one? Absolutely, without question. In reality, we cannot fault it. And to be honest with you, for how much grief it saves, not having to worry about trying to plug it in, not being restricted by the length of the cable, tripping over the cable. Also, many plasterers know that very often you wind the cable up around the mixer, and after 9 to 10 months it breaks the cable. You have to have that replaced. A lot of the leaded cables, even the mega mixers by Rafina, the things that go on them are usually the switch and the cable. The actual motor themselves go on for forever almost. You don't have those issues. That is probably, though, one of my only gripes with the mixer, and that is the trigger itself is a dial here on the top. I don't know how visible it is to see, but you do have to make a conscious effort not to get any plaster in that, because obviously this particular type of design, if you get rubbish in it very quickly, it will build up and stop working. But as I say, we do no maintenance on this. Occasionally we might brush it off just to get some of the worst plaster off, but other than that, some oil on the quick release, which doesn't even come with the mixer anyway. But it is, for the last 2 years, been absolutely bulletproof, and there's no reason to think it won't go for another 2 years. So we can wholeheartedly recommend this mixer. We say for once Dewalt has done a pretty good job, so thumbs up to Dewalt. We hope this review's been helpful. If you have any questions, please let us know. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.